lot of questions about what this means for what we do as parents or as educators. Do we say, Christina asked, do we talk less to children about who is or isn't racist and more about what people do or think or say that is racist, and about systems that encourage them to think, say racist things? Either of you can take that. What do parents, how do people apply the idea of there being a mindset or the idea that thinking racist is not true and harmful?
So I think part of what happens very quickly is when we see incidents that happen, we want to explain why. And those conversations about why are important, right? Like, so we see something happen, a child is going to ask why, or they hear all these things being said. And so you want to have a conversation about why. And I think the natural point that people often go to was, oh, well, they're just a racist person. That police officer was racist, and that is why. And it's situating the racism in the person again, when it could be racism at the system level, could be part of how the police department does their policing. And so that kind of easy explanation that most of us go to quickly is perhaps one that we need to start questioning a little bit more. Maybe not the first explanation that we talking about other possible explanations, focusing on the doing and less on it's the person itself. And MarYam, I'm sure you have other thoughts.
Yeah, no, I think that's right. And bringing up that concept of perspective can be really helpful. So instead of making those, in psychology, we use this term of internal attribution. So instead of saying, let's say you're trying to describe an incident that, casting people as a good person and a bad person, or as a kind of an enemy and a good guy, and this clash happened, and because this is how a lot of our narrative storytelling works in books and in movies, and it's something compelling and that kids can catch on to actually like pull out and try to tell more of the story of what happened. So what was the event, and what might somebody be thinking when they came into the situation, and so I think it's learning to talk and think more about the situation and the context, and maybe to step, as Kristin is saying, outside of the person. So maybe how can we think and tell stories not just by casting people in those roles, but maybe, I don't know, think more like directors and set the scene, and to talk with kids from different perspectives. What might this person have been thinking and feeling, or why might they have that idea about that person, instead of using some of these shorthands that reinforce those mindsets.
Right.